didn't really tell me what to expect, but because I didn't really know much about Tourette's, Jack O'Hara, fuck. I kind of thought it was just people swearing and that, just like most people do, but it's really not. Fuck, 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 fuck.
Rory Brown has Tourette's syndrome, a genetic neurological condition that causes involuntary tics.
Fuck!
And verbal outbursts.
It's a very weird feeling, and you can't stop it.
Like Rory,
Fuck!
John Davidson and Greg Storey have grown up with Tourette's.
Fucking idiot. Prick!
They have been filmed since childhood. Tourette's can be at its most extreme during teenage years.
Let's go! Run away! Fuck!
1, 2, 3, 4,
Now
5,
Greg
7, 8.
Rory Johnston!
and John are going to help Rory
Fuck yous, you bunch of wankers!
face the reality of living life with Tourette's.
I don't want any other kid to have to go through what I went through.
Flippin' freezing, like. Fucking freezing! The big fat wanker. My arse cheeks are very cold. Pedophile!
12-year-old Rory Brown was first diagnosed with Tourette's syndrome in 2014.
Hi, Miss Denham! Well done. Hey! Taking the piss out of George is funny. Dylan's a fag. Filthy fag. Why didn't you put him on? Sean's a fat bastard. Hey! Fuck off.
Rory has just started secondary school. Since moving from primary, his tics have intensified.
Fuck off. Well, I'm taking quite a lot in class, and fuck. I'm taking a lot in class and shouting lots of stuff about other people. Fuck, skinny prick. It's all right. I'm a wank stain. There's lots of weird ones shouting out weird phrases and stuff. Kangaroo semen. Well, I obviously go and say sorry to them. I mean, if I can't catch them, I feel really bad. And I hope people know that I don't really mean it. And I can't help it, so. What's an essay?
Like a long story. That's a good one. Is that someone jumping in swim pool?
Gemma Gilroy, Rory's principal teacher in pupil support, gives him one-to-one lessons when the classroom gets too much.
We're going to look at the iPad. You've got an iPad because what keeps happening? Oh, what do we need to do with the paper, Rory? Need to move it away. Literally about 3.5 weeks of him being here, it was just like an explosion. The lid, it was like the lid had come off. And for him, it was terrifying, you know, because his Tourette's was changing. And for us, it was like, wow. What colour?
It's white.
Not everyone's allowed to be white, Rory, because you don't want to...
Racist!
What colour do you want it to be? The worst case scenario would be that he isn't getting the education that he deserves. And what Rory does is he comes and he tries really, really, really hard. And he's a bright boy.
You're a mean old fart. Sorry.
We are learning about Tourette's as Rory's learning about Tourette's. And we are learning with him. And it's terrifying for everybody because we can't predict this. We don't know what it's going to look like on an everyday situation, but what we do know are the things that trigger it. So if we can keep him calm, if we can keep him interested in what he's doing, that all makes the difference. So you have English. Listen, if it doesn't work out in class, what are you going to do?
A shite.
What are you going to do?
A shite. And a piss. And have diarrhea. Come back here.
Yes, you are. OK, we'll get it.
Tourette's is often at its worst during adolescence. John Davidson is now 45, but at 16 he too struggled with the ferocity of his Tourette's.
Fuck! Hey! My mum sucks fucking muckle huge black dick. I've got rabies.
John has been helping others with Tourette's in his local area. He has recently started meeting with Rory.
You know, he's really struggling in school, and I'm going to help him make the right decisions, you know, to make his life in school a little bit easier.
Fuck up!
John has been the subject of 3 documentaries. When he was first filmed, he was struggling with life at secondary school.
Hey, fuck!
When I first started the school, I was getting teased a lot because I blinked. And then, from then on, I never used to want to go to school. I just, because of getting teased. Can't, fuck. And people just look at me and my funny look. They used to always come after me and shout things and that. And I knew instantly, as soon as I'd start speaking to them, they'd just laugh or say, oh, aye. You know, don't believe you.
Oh, you done it again!
Hey! Hey, fucking fat John, off he goes. Yo, shit!
I'll fall over.
Hey, look at them pair of pedos. Having fun? A few weeks ago, it started being really bad at school, and I was taken out of loads of classes, sent down to my pupil support and that. People think I'm a mom. Hey, John, you sit at home having a pokey-wokey bum wank. You're a fat con! Ow! Everyone laughing really puts me off going into school. And I don't think they really understand how much it affects me when I get sent out.
Sometimes I just feel like everyone hates you. Just because I've got this, I just feel like everyone hates you, and I just feel like killing myself or something like that. It feels so bad.
Your school days are supposed to be the happiest of your life. I believe that, you know, the way things went for me at an early stage, it gave me doubts about things, doubts about who I was as a person. No child should have to go through that. And if I can help others get through that period in their life, on their journey, then I'll do it.
God fuck the Queen.
God didn't fuck the Queen. You fucked the Queen.
You twat.
You're a twat.
For Rory going to school at the moment, it must feel like Groundhog Day. He's not got anything really to look forward to. I can put my arm around Rory and say, it's all right, kid. I've got your back.
Okay. It's all right. All right. Okay?
In 1999, Greg Storey's parents started a video diary to record the onset of his tics.
Why is this not helping? Nothing is helping.
We won't give up trying, though, will we? We'll find something. You going again?
Tourette's is a curse. It really feels like it when you're little, and I've been through it. The absolute hell and the rejection by people, and that can break people. But your Tourette's can be a blessing as well. If you learn how to harness what the output of the Tourette's is, to use it for different things in your life, you will find you can excel at things you never thought you could.
Greg is now 23. He was first diagnosed with Tourette's syndrome at the age of 6.
I just remember the absolute hell I went through, not just at a young age when I was diagnosed, but in secondary school, in college, the amount of bullying I received. If I'd have told myself that I would be doing all of the stuff I am now, I think my younger self would have told me to sod off.
At the age of 8, Greg was unable to control or manage his tics.
It felt like my head was bulging with pain and the pain was starting from my little head and going to the edges of the room. And it really hurt.
At school, Greg discovered that music provided relief from his tics.
Where are we going now?
Up there.
For what?
My cornet lesson. Shall we go to my cornet lesson because he'll be starting? So I'll have to get my cornet.
Here we go then. Let's have some ease. After 3. 1. 1, 2, 3.
When he played an instrument, his tics vanished. In his teens, Greg took up the drums.
When I drum, I have total relief from my Tourette's. So I thought, how can I replicate that mentally? I'd learnt that if I was able to imagine myself drumming, I had this relief. It came to the point where I could bring on this, what I call the drumming state of mind, and have, at the back of my head, I imagine it, just sat there, playing away. And then I am able to just go about my daily routine. You know, for me, that's incredible. I've learnt to harness my Tourette's. I've learnt to conquer it. I can walk down the street and I'm not shouting chicken, I'm not shouting some dead baby Joe.
Greg seems to have got a good grasp on his tics. Some people have got an amazing ability to suppress. Others, like myself, almost next to no ability to suppress. You know, fuck you!
Somebody smelled like shite.
John and Gemma are working together to increase understanding of Rory's Tourette's in the local community.
So where is the police station about?
Straight up, yeah.
Johnny, David!
Straight up.
This morning, they're taking Rory to meet the police.
Hopefully doing the work that we're doing with him, the community will understand this condition and they'll know who he is. You know, that's our aim, is that he can live his life here and wherever else he needs to be as best possible. It'll be interesting for the Jedburgh community this morning.
Hey, fuck! Oh, Christ, better advert. It's Mrs. Nagel Bagel. Fuck.
Hello? Could I speak to the duty officer, please?
As a child, John had trouble with the police because of his Tourette's.
My son was approached in the street by a police officer who swore at him because my son had used foul language. No, he won't hurt anybody.
Fuck off! Hey! Oh, God.
Can I have a seat, John? It's fine.
Yeah, John.
Hello, Rory. How are you doing?
It's fine.
Oh, it's cold.
I'll sit on the coffee table.
You sit on the coffee table, then you fat can you might break it.
Oh, sorry. You all right? Sorry. You all right?
Rory's parents have come along in support, and so has John's adopted mum, Dottie.
Don't take me away, I didn't do it.
I raped somebody's mum. God's sake.
Right. I've never met you before, so I'll introduce myself and just do a wee round of introductions if you want. So
where did your eyebrows go?
I don't know. I'm Gina Dixon. I'm the locality officer for the school, so I work quite closely with Gemma. And we thought it'd be a good idea to obviously meet Rory.
Well, I'm Tom Quinn. I'm the community sergeant. I work with Gina, and that just means I can tell the rest of my community officers so we can look out and speak to Rory in the street.
Bunch of wankers. I'm Rory and I'm a wank stain.
Previously, when I was younger, I didn't have any of this. I never had the opportunity to explain and, you know, try and make my life a little bit easier in the community, and that's basically what we're trying to do for Rory.
On a daily basis, apart from the swearing, what kind of things...
Why don't you talk about it?
I might accidentally wank someone off.
It's about people becoming so aware of him in his community. Everything that we are doing in terms of through school is about educating the people in the school, but also the place that he lives in. You know, and there's stress. So the moment that happens, we see more tics. But it's just about... And the other thing that's really important is Rory's tics are quite suggestible. So if we talk about certain things, he'll start ticking those things. If we talk about John, he may tick
Johnny Davidson!
So when he's out in the community, if people are saying to him, go and do this, go and do that, you know, it's quite likely that his tics will answer that.
But they didn't have any control over these tics either. That's what people don't understand. So it is alarming. It can offend quite a lot of people.
With Tourette's, people say, well, what can I expect from
Spit it out, John, your wank face.
Expect the unexpected. If it sounds really vulgar, it's going to be a tic.
It's actually the last thing that you want, but they have got them looking at everything and picking it up, and that's when they'll pick up on somebody that's overweight, or they'll pick up on
fat bastard, fat bastard, fat bastard,
for something that somebody's sensitive about.
Fat bastard, fat bastard.
And it'll come out. They don't want it to, but it will come out.
Fat bastard,
and that's
ugly
what is...
beardo, fat bastard.
That's the suggestive part.
When you see the police, how do you... When you see us, what do you think?
Oh, fuck, don't arrest me, I promise it wasn't me. I didn't do anything wrong.
It's also good for Rory's confidence and his, you know, different anxieties he has being out in the community, to know that he's got the support of the police and that you guys have got the support
I can get away with murder.
at school as well, and it's about working as a team.
Doing this is about the police knowing him, but also he needs to make the right choices in the community, you know, and it's just about reinforcing that for him as well. So we can't move away from the fact that he is 12 and he's
a wanker. Miss Gilroy doesn't have any sense of humour. That's why she's laughing at that. She's a fucking hippie fuckface. Wank stain.
Anyway.
I'd just like to thank you all for coming in. Did Rory compile any questions? Do you know? Have you got any?
I didn't. Why have you got so small eyebrows?
Have you got any questions about this, Rory?
Not really.
No?
Have you got any worries about when you're out and about in the community?
Don't arrest me if I rape someone.
Have you not got anyone?
It's an accident.
No.
Thank you, Gina.
Thank you
so much.
You're welcome, Miss Gilroy, you old bat.
Time in his life.
I do think he struggles with the things that come out his mouth, you know, and he doesn't mean it. He genuinely doesn't mean it.
Let's go! Run away!
Do you know that's an offence to nick a police car?
Oh no, I'm so scared, you fanny face.
Right, Gemma.
Right, you put a wank stain.
Oh, you're welcome.
People will argue, oh, but they said it, they obviously mean it. It's come into their head. They didn't ask for it to come into their head. When he sees things, we can filter that information out. He can't do that, so it's out. And I do think, like, he gets embarrassed about it. He doesn't want to be hurting people's feelings.
Pakistanis and Iraqis.
It's interesting when you see John and Rory together. The initial is like they're just tick off each other, tick, you know. But then they calm down, and John has a huge influence on Rory.
Rory.
There's nobody here.
John regularly gives Rory advice on how to deal with his Tourette's.
What about, like, other pupils? You've not had anybody, like, taking the mickey or anything like that, no?
A few times, but it's not like nothing stands out.
Not nasty.
Yeah, nothing stands out. It's just everyone laughing.
Like, yeah. I used to get angry with people that they would say, oh, I don't understand, just get away, I can't be bothered with it. And it's like, I used to think, you know, it's not that you don't understand, it's sometimes it's
you
more like...
You can't be bothered understanding, you bastard.
Exactly, words right out of my mouth, pal. I think sometimes people can't be bothered to take the time to try and understand, which is rubbish sometimes. But
you've got a receding hairline.
I have, yeah. I've got a V, I've got a widow's peak. freckle on your speckle. Do you feel confident enough to be able to explain to people if someone was to turn round and, you know, keep looking? Would you be confident enough to say them? What would you say to them?
If it happened, I'd just say, sorry, I've got Tourette's. Sometimes I'll hit people or I'll shout nasty things.
That's really,
I really don't mean it.
That's really good that you've got the confidence to do that, because, I mean, I know a lot of people with Tourette's, and sometimes adults as well, they find it really difficult to, you know, to explain to people without getting angry or upset, and it's like, you know, in a way, there's no point in getting angry, really, is there?
Nah.
Tight build-up of pressure
Shit, cunt, fuck,
in your chest.
Shit.
And then, see, after you've had a tic like that, how do you feel?
A bit better, because it's been in before.
It's got out. Aye.
If I suppress them, it builds up in here, and it feels like really big stress. And then I have to let it out at home, which gives my dad and my mum quite a hard time. So that's quite bad.
Like Rory, Greg also had an explosion of tics at secondary school.
The end of unit test. Next lesson, you can make a note of that in your planners. Distance time graphs, velocity time graphs.
I can have up to 1,000 a day, 1,000 or more a day, on average. And that's on, in a sense, a good day.
Let's have your cards held up quickly, please. Right.
Ready, steady, cook.
Good, Matthew. It is false. Can you tell us why?
Cook. Ready, steady, cook.
Greg did well at school. He's graduated from university and is living away from home in Stoke-on-Trent.
The way that my converter works is it learns from repeat calculations, and then...
Greg has recently started his own business.
It's mainly based around very high-level tech and software, and the main piece of software that we're looking at the moment is something invented that actually improves the speed of computers, and we're looking, you know, to start selling it and pushing it out into the market if we possibly can.
Greg has created the software based on a language of symbols that he came up with as a child.
The language allows me to perceive computing code in different ways. And now it's allowed me to do things in computers that, you know, most people can't do with normal code.
He invented the language as a way of communicating with his own Tourette's.
I started this back when I was little, when I first diagnosed with my Tourette's. Being bullied and being called a freak and insane and, you know, what kids are like, really, really hurt me. So I started to come up with this way of communicating with myself in what I found was my own language. It's quite interesting how the Tourette's inspired that, and the Tourette's created that through its own almost malicious intent of trying to destroy my life at an earlier age. That's how I feel it did, and it's now come about to change my life totally.
Greg is in London for a key meeting to try to get investment in his software business.
It's sometimes overwhelming, and I do get stressed about it. I do tic before going into these meetings, but realising when a tic is coming and increasing that strategy, mentally thinking, right, OK, let's improve that drum beat, let's try and make it as close to physically doing it mentally as possible.
So why don't you just start off with just like an intro into what you're doing, what you've invented, and what you're intending to do with it?
So it's actually using the current hardware that you have to its full capabilities.
Yeah. So, but you're obviously storing quite a lot of stuff in cache. I mean, does that mean that you're using more memory than a conventional approach? So why is that?
Excuse me. This is where it gets rather complicated. So I
just do a simple version.
Yeah, I'm going to try to. I created a symbol language. It's based on emotions. There are 145 emotions. Each emotion has a 26-letter alphabet. You add that all up. That's 3,770 symbols. The rule of the alphabets is you can combine one and one other symbol only to create a composite emotion, so you could feel angry and sad at the same time, etc. That makes 14,212,900 possible symbols.
All right, I think I vaguely understand that. So from a business perspective, where do you think you can take this over the next year or so in terms of...
Well, really, we need to build a team, a bigger team of coders. From our calculations and what we think we need to make this succeed, if we were to function for a year on our current estimates, it's about 1.2 million to employ. My ambitions for the business are really to change the world. I want to one day people look back on me when I'm dead and gone and say, wow, you know, we're still using something that he invented.
It's a bit of a different start to the year, and I'm really excited about it. I'm delighted that John Davidson has agreed to come along this morning. John's done an absolutely outstanding amount of work in raising awareness of Tourette's, and you know, when the first documentary came to screens,
John is talking to all the staff at Jedburgh Grammar to ensure that Rory is included in every aspect of school life.
I don't often go into schools unless I'm doing Tourette's input, but every time I come into a school, my stomach churns, simply because of some of the things that went on for me at school, the way I was treated. Your school life should be the happiest years of your life, but unfortunately for me, it was the worst years of my life. Nobody knew how to make it right for me, so in the end, the education system gave up. When I was at school, I didn't have any respect from anybody. I didn't have any understanding, but now it's almost like I've reversed that role, and I'm now in a position to teach the teachers. One key thing that when you have Tourette syndrome is, I feel different. And it's about us as adults, us as teachers and peers, to make Rory feel that he is just like everybody else. It makes me feel very proud of what I've achieved in my life up to now. For so long, I didn't know who I was. I didn't know what my purpose in life was. I finally kind of clicked. This is what I want to do. I want to go and help people. He will develop. He will enjoy being at school, and I'm quite confident that, for a start, you guys sit and listen to me today are committed to making this lad's school life as easy and as beneficial as you possibly can, and that he is part of what you have here at Jedburgh Grammar.
It's really nice to have someone that's supportive of me. Fuck shit balls, and he's been really supportive.
Hi, Rory. You all right, son? This is the hero, man of the moment, yeah? You all right?
Growing up can be hard for everyone. We've all obviously been through it. But for Greg Storey, our next guest, it's been a real challenge.
In the search for new investment, Greg's been asked into Radio Stoke to talk about his new business.
And he was told by his teachers that he'd never amount to anything. Oh, how wrong they were.
They were very wrong. Greg is with us now in the studio. Hello, Greg.
Hello.
When people told you things like that, how do you feel about that now? Do you feel as though, in a way, that pushed you on?
It definitely pushed me to do what I do now.
You now have your own company with a partner, don't you?
Well, the business is expanding quite rapidly.
Are we all going to be working on computers, then, that you've helped to speed up in the future?
That would be the preference.
I haven't noticed you tick at all. For a man with Tourette's, you're letting us down, really, to be honest.
I mean, the reason I'm not ticking now is I imagined myself drumming. So, like, at the moment, I'm playing a very heavy rock song in my head.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah.
You're drumming right now, then?
Yeah, I could tell you exactly what bar I'm on, but it has allowed me to think on other levels as well. Wow. The problem comes down to people saying, well, you cope with it so well, are you sure it hasn't just gone away? I can't just say, OK, well, give me a minute, I'll stop what I'm doing mentally and have been doing mentally for years. If I do that, my Tourette's comes back in full swing within, you know, an hour or so. It really is like turning off a switch. People turn around and say, well, your Tourette's has faded, or you never had Tourette's in the first place. That's not a real thing. I've heard that before. Tourette's isn't a real thing.
There's lots of things that they call me in that. I mean, say that I'm a faker. I don't think they really understood. I think they thought that I was just making it all up, which really I didn't feel very good about, but...
Hey! Back off! Good morning!
John works as the caretaker at the Langley Community Centre in Galashiels.
Yeah!
He's worked there since he was 21.
You better put it in your pocket then before you lose it.
I know, put it in your pocket. Fucking arse! He's a kiss! Piss off! Liam, you prick. Pardon me. What's your manners now? Shut up, you echoing git. I've got a boyfriend called Susan Gibson.
Since 2002, John's organised a camp. Later today, 30 people with Tourette's syndrome and their families will be coming to the centre for the weekend.
Martin McShagger. Hey! It's almost like inadvertently I've dedicated my life to helping other people with Tourette's. It's just something I love to do. Makes me feel really, really good.
Your mum's got fleas. I keep telling her if she shaved the bush, she wouldn't have.
The families are all staying under one roof. On John's advice, Rory's parents have brought him to Tourette camp.
He's never been around so many people with Tourette's at once. He probably will cope fine. He will feel totally at home. He'll be more relaxed. Take control of yourself, boy.
Hey, get your glasses off.
One ticker sets off other ticks. It's almost like a domino effect.
Yeah.
Kill the dog!
Put her out of its misery. Greg Storey! How you doing, mate? Oh, good to see you, buddy. You all right?
Greg last came to Galashiels at the age of 11.
It's brilliant to see you. Looking well.
I remember the last time I was here, I was...
You were a boy, and you're a man now. With a ginger beard, you must have the ginger gene.
Don't.
I've got the ginger gene as well, but mine is going a bit grey now.
Cankles!
Always point. Right, everyone! Sit on your arse!
Over the weekend, John has organised a series of social events and Tourette-based workshops.
No matter, I'm not getting stressed. I'm not stressed. Johnny! I'm a pest.
I'm a sex pest.
I'm a paedophile. Right, first of all, I'd like to welcome you all to Galashiels today and this weekend. First off, I need to go through some of the housekeeping stuff. First and foremost, the most important one is fire safety. We've all signed in. If you hear the fire alarm going off at any time, you make your way out the nearest fire exit and you make your way to the big car park at the front of the building, all right? The workshops this morning will consist of photography. For the kids, we're planning to take all the kids down to give children kind of like an army assault course type experience. We'll be there for 2 hours. For the drumming workshop, when we leave here, you follow Greg. Greg, can you stand up so we can all see? All right?
Get on with it, John.
I am. I'm just trying to suss out what's going on.
When do we kiss?
Ice cream cone.
Right. Does anyone have any questions?
Can you repeat all that? Because I wasn't listening.
No. Dickhead.
Harry Tits. Heil Hitler. He killed him. I'm going home.
I think people come along to these weekends and they're made to feel special and they're made to feel that they belong. When you're at home in your own hometown, there's no one else around that you think are like you or that can relate to you. And it is quite a lonely existence.
In one of the first workshops, Greg will share his technique to manage his Tourette's.
Come on then, let's go.
What's it like being an adult?
Very fun.
Over the years, Greg's tics have changed. New tics could appear at any time.
Chicken! Oh, sorry. Chicken! Chicken! My tic just said chicken one day and it stuck. I will never understand why it said it. I remember it said it in maths the first time. Yeah. Chicken! 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 Chicken!
Goodbye!
So everyone needs a pair of drumsticks. So the aim of today is to basically teach you guys some cool ways I've learned to, like, control my Tourette's. The way I usually control it is by drumming in my head, imagining I'm drumming. The main thing I want to get everyone to understand is your Tourette's may be there all the time.
Tourette's!
And it may be very hard and very stressful to go through, but regardless of drugs, regardless of anything else or other people, you have the ability in what you'll do in your everyday life to combat that to a way that will give you the relief that, you know, I myself can walk down the road now and walk past, you know, shall we say, some very triggering things in the sense of my Tourette's.
How about chickens?
Oh, I've walked past chickens and not shouted chicken. I mean, like, for me, that's an incredible thing. As much as I like chicken.
Come duck, boy.
Duck.
Come duck with me.
I'm just sat in the back of my head, playing that over and over again, like imagining it.
That's fucking awesome. Do it again, pal. Mate, you should go on the X Factor with your stupid wee skills, pal.
He's going through the stage of starting to grow up a bit, you know, in secondary school and things like that. It's, for anyone with Tourette's, it's one of the worst times there is, really. And going up and my Tourette's exploded. Awful. Like the simplest fill, it's called.
Shut up, your wee fatty balls!
No.
Shut up!
Right.
I volunteers.
Right, okay, so...
I'm an idiot.
Tick. Oh, now I'm ticking. Right, left, right, left.
Tick!
Right, left, right, left.
Okay,
Left, left. That's it, yeah. You just got to keep it going.
Concentrate.
He's not sure of his own Tourette's as well. You can tell there's some tics that shock him, just the look on his face or how he reacts. Because after some tics, he carries on and he's fine, and then others, he has sort of like a little bit of a pause, and then he'll tick again, he's, ooh. And I used to have that. I mean, new tics spring up every day, so when one does, it can be a bit shocking.
I'm not a nice person. Watch out, I'll batter your families. Batter your families. Greg's a wanker, chicken fucker.
After supper, John's organised what's fast becoming a tradition. The camp quiz.
Johnny done that to you.
OK, here's question number one. Fuck off! Match it, I got to rip it 1, 2. Can you name 2 bands who have had hits with Rio in their titles?
Shut the fuck up, number 2. Jimmy Savile.
Jamie Oliver Wankin. Where are the next Olympics to be held?
Brian Ferry's house.
The second of the Royal Navy's new aircraft carrier is to be called...
Purple Rain.
Which famous singer is suing the BBC?
Michael Jackson.
He's dead.
Gary Glitter. Gary Glitter up the share. Tiny Temper.
Gary Lineker.
Gary Lineker. I think you need a table all to yourself.
Somebody hit the little shit.
There's a lot of laugh and a lot of giggles, and I think it's good to be able to laugh, especially when all us tickers are together. And to laugh, we get so much therapy from laughing. You know, it makes us feel so much better. And it's in a way, it's a kind of release and helps us to cope. It's a coping mechanism.
Aye. Teeny Charlie. Come up with something on you. Tourette's. Fun for all the paedophiles. There's 6 lesbians in this room.
And one of them's you. Projectile discharge.
Hey, tie chain and one.
The workshop's called Camera Creativity Workshop.
The sessions provide ways in which those at camp can share their techniques to help manage their tics.
My wife bought me a camera, and I found out that, just by pure luck, that being creative helps me with my tics. If you come up for a camera, well, I'm asking you, if it's got a strap, please put it round your neck. Strap on. Strap on, strap a dick to me. Woo! Cannon. Put it round your neck, please. Right, if you all want to follow me, fuck off. Hey! Cunt! Right, come on, folks. Hive. Hey! Come on. It's a bit of a little height round here. Ha! Hey!
Surprise, motherfucker.
And as we're walking, just start looking around, trying to find something that inspires you. Mouse's arse. Hey! Cunt! Fuck off. This is a shit workshop. Hey. I don't know whether you'll actually silhouette out if you take a shot from here, Sam. Whether you'll get a silhouette of him. You're sexy, mother. Sorry. We're taking photographs with a camera. The tics aren't present. It's like they're on the outside of the room. They're not even knocking on the door. It's like balm and it's soothing, so, hey. And that's me mum. Hey. It's not. Shit. Hey. Fuck the Pope. Right. Hey. Row. You right, kids? Paedophile park. Fucking does my head in. Hey. And if you zoom right in.
If I'm concentrating on something a lot, I'll be less ticky because I'm not thinking about it that much. So it's good to keep concentrated when I'm doing something.
Get right in close, as close as you can. And wait while it... See what I mean? Do some sparring. Have you tried any techniques with your tics?
A few, yeah.
A few, what like?
Like keeping my arms down like that when I'm trying to punch.
Yeah.
Trying to do, like, keep my tongue at the back of my...
Yeah.
But none of them work with it.
No, I think ones that do work, because if I'm stood next to somebody, I'll go like that and grab the boobs to a woman, and, like, you can get in big trouble doing that. So what I do, I'll make sure I'll step it. If I feel that I'm going to do it, I'll just step back. And it's the same if you're punching anybody. Hey.
You fucking choose?
Roof. Hey, homosexuality. But there's lots of stuff, and you'll find out as you get older you'll find your own techniques, what are best for you. But nobody should ever make you feel like you need to suppress. You know, when people say to you, know, shut up, can you not shut up? And people, like, say, right, I want you to be quiet. It's just the worst thing you can say, really, isn't it? So.
Hey, the best thing to do is this.
Fuck the bum. So, hey. Nah, we can bum him if you want. Hey. No, thanks.
Talking about ways to help my tics. Well, I need to move away if I feel an urge come in. And, Hey! You! Get me a bourbon! I'm hungry.
I want you to try and concentrate as much as you can. I spoke to Greg, and Greg thinks that you've got an ability to learn the drums and be quite a good drummer. So what we want to do is we want to try and see if getting tuition 1-to-1, it'll work. All right? So when you go in, try and chill.
Have a fag. My mum's got a tight pussy. Tight pussy! Pussy!
Can you play me what we did earlier?
Keep hitting her. Stilo!
Yep, that's it.
Fuck off, Brune!
You having a hard time?
Mm-hmm.
You did that really well. I mean, for me, it helps my Tourette's so much. I think it'd do the same for you. That's it. You got it.
Bravo section! Bravo section!
Bravo section! We're gonna grow up! Your mother. Your mother. Your mother is fat.
Yeah.
Your mother is weird.
On the final afternoon of the camp, John's organised a treat for the children.
Very seriously, aren't you?
We're not going to shoot us.
OK, let's go. Let's get that minefield cleared. Everyone, in you go. In you go. Let's get that minefield.
It's absolutely amazing to watch them having a laugh and have fun. It just makes them feel as if they're part of the majority rather than the minority. And of course, as we know, young Rory, I mean, he's having an absolute ball. And I tell you something, the more and more time I spend with Rory, the more and more I get to see Rory without the Tourette's kind of thing. His personality's coming through, he's relaxing, and, you know, so often, you know, kids, they become so isolated. But at a place like this, it just goes to show that, you know, a little bit of acceptance and understanding, and they can be kids, how they should be.
Rory, come on! Get there! There's a bomb coming!
This is so cool.
What's the best bit about it?
I don't know, just getting really wet and knowing that I don't have to worry about it.
This is what kids should be doing, you know, making memories when they're kids for the rest of their lives, like every other kid.
There's something, one just keep thinking why it has to be me and not folk that are criminals or deserve it.
Tourette's is me, and John is Tourette's. So I love being John Davidson now, yeah. I love being John.
Fucking crow!
It's so important that people embrace who they are, love who they are. When you do accept that you've got Tourette's, then your life will start to move on and you will be able to achieve. Yeah, safe journey, Kim. Thank you for coming.
Oh, you're welcome.
Brilliant to see you, pal. Give us a hug, eh?
I always get the question, if you could take away your Tourette's, would you? The Tourette's has developed my life for the better out of it being a very negative thing. And it's something that I always now say when anybody asks that question is, would you take away your Tourette's? And they go, no, definitely wouldn't. Just got to unlock what it allows you to do.
So will it ever go away, Rory?
It might do, but I don't think so. No, I don't think it will. It probably will change. I might not have as much swearing. I might have more swearing. But we'll just have to wait and see.
Plenty more eye-opening documentaries from BBC Three are available right now online. Go to the website and have a look.